Welcome back to Coin Master USA. What if I told you that the coin sitting in your pocket, your old jar, or even inside your grandfather's collection could be worth more than a luxury house in America? Not hundreds, not thousands, but hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in today's market, where every single coin has a hidden story, and some of those stories are so shocking they're changing lives overnight. Today's video is not ordinary, because today we are uncovering the top 3 ultra super rare and most valuable USA coins ever discovered. Coins so rare that collectors fight for them, auctions explode over them, and ordinary people suddenly become millionaires just by holding the right piece of metal. But here's the real question. What if you already own one of these coins, and you don't even know it? Stay with me until the end, because the last coin on this list is so valuable, it has shocked even professional coin dealers in the USA market. And right now, we start with coin 1. A simple-looking wheat penny, but its value will completely change your thinking forever. Coin number 1. Listen carefully, because this is where most people make a huge mistake. When you hear penny, you think of something worthless, something you ignore, something you maybe even throw away without a second thought. But this is not just any penny. This is a 1,951 wheat penny with no mint mark, and in fine condition, it becomes one of the most quietly powerful hidden treasures in the entire Lincoln Centa series. Now, let's slow down for a moment, because the story behind this coin is where the real value begins. The year is 1951. America is rising after World War II. Industry is booming. Families are rebuilding. And the U.S. Mint is producing billions of coins to support a fast-moving economy. But something very interesting happened during this time. The Philadelphia Mint produced massive quantities of pennies, and unlike Denver or San Francisco coins, these carry no mint mark at all. Now, normally that would make them common, but not this one. Because only a very small percentage of 1,951 pennies survived in high collectible condition, and even fewer survived without damage, corrosion, or heavy circulation wear. And that's where your coin becomes something special. Now listen closely. The value of this coin is not just about age. It is about 3 rare conditions coming together at the same time. First, low surviving high-grade population. Most 1,951 pennies were used heavily. Very few stayed in fine condition like this. Second, collector. Demand spike Lincoln. Wheat pennies are one of the most collected coin series in American history. Millions of collectors want them, but only a few high-quality pieces exist. Third, market pressure in 2026. Today's coin market is stronger than ever. Online auctions, U.S. Collectors and international buyers are pushing prices higher every year. And when demand rises, but supply stays extremely limited, prices explode. That's exactly how this penny reaches up to $79,000 in today's market for premium fine condition examples. Now imagine holding this coin in your hand. You might think it's just copper, but a real collector looks for something deeper. The sharpness of Lincoln's face, the clarity of the wheat stalks on the reverse, the natural toning that shows age without heavy damage, and most importantly, the original surfaces that were not cleaned or polished. Because in the coin world, cleaning a coin can destroy up to 90% of its value instantly. So a natural, untouched 1,951 wheat penny in fine condition is not just rare. It is a survivor from history. In recent auctions and private sales, coins like this have seen massive competition. Why? Because serious collectors are not just buying coins. They are buying history, rarity, and status. And when 2 collectors compete for the same coin, the price doesn't just go up. It can skyrocket within seconds. That's why coins like this 1,951 no mint mark wheat penny have reached values that shock beginners. Sometimes even experienced collectors don't expect how high bidding can go. Now pay close attention, because this is where you can benefit. Most people ignore wheat pennies. They spend them. They lose them. They don't check them. And that is exactly why rare coins like this still exist in circulation today. So if you ever find a 1,951 wheat penny, stop. Do not clean it. Do not damage it. And do not assume it's worthless. Because in the right condition, it could be worth up to $79,000 in today's collector market. But what I just showed you is only coin 1. And trust me, that was just the beginning. Because coin 2 on this list is even rarer, and its story involves a minting mystery that collectors still debate today. And coin 3? Let's just say it is so rare it has been called a once-in-a-generation discovery. But before we get there, take a deep breath. Because what comes next will completely change how you look at old coins forever. Next up, coin number 2. You thought coin 1 was shocking. But now I need you to understand something very important. Because what you are about to see with coin 2 is not just about value, it's about a hidden pattern in US coin history that most people completely miss. A pattern that turns ordinary-looking pennies into five-figure treasures. And right now, we are stepping into one of the most misunderstood coins in American history. The 1951 no mint Mark wheat penny, in fine condition, valued around $50,700. But the real question is, why does this coin still shock collectors in 2026? Let's go deeper. We go back again to the early 1950s. America is booming. Factories are running non-stop. Coins are moving faster than ever through the economy. And the US. Mint in Philadelphia is producing pennies in massive quantities. But here's the key detail most people ignore. The Philadelphia Mint does not use a mint mark. So every coin looks simple, ordinary, identical. And that's where the mystery begins. Because when everything looks the same, only condition becomes the difference between a 1-cent coin and a $50,000 collectible. Now, listen carefully. This is where beginners make a huge mistake. They think rarity means low mintage only. But expert collectors know something deeper. Rarity is also about survival. Out of millions of 1,951 wheat pennies, almost all entered circulation. They were used in stores, handled in banks, dropped in machines, and worn down over decades. So finding one in fine condition today means it survived over 70-plus years of circulation history. It avoided heavy wear and damage. It was preserved either by luck or by a collector who didn't realize its value. And that is where value starts climbing fast. Now, let's break this down like a real coin expert. A fine condition 1951 wheat penny usually shows clear but slightly worn details of Lincoln's portrait, wheat stalks still visible but softened edges, moderate circulation marks but no major damage, original copper tones still partially present. It is not perfect, but it is not common either, because most surviving coins from this era are in poor condition, heavily scratched, corroded or cleaned, which destroys value. So a natural, evenly worn coin becomes desirable. Why the value reaches $50,700. Now, here comes the part that shocks most viewers. Why would a simple penny reach $50,700? It comes down to three powerful market forces. Lincoln wheat pennies are one of the most collected coin series in US history. Millions of collectors want them. But only a tiny fraction want high-quality early 1950s examples in collectible condition. That imbalance creates bidding pressure. Even though billions were minted over time, very few survive in fine collectible grade without damage. And in coin collecting, survival is everything. When rare coins hit auctions, it's not just buying, it becomes competition. Two serious collectors can push a coin's price far beyond expectations, because nobody wants to lose a key piece in their collection. And that emotional competition drives prices upward fast. Now here's something shocking. Most people think, it's just a penny, it can't be valuable. So they spend it. They ignore it. Or they store it in junk containers. But the truth is, coins like this don't look special. They only become special after they are studied, graded, and compared in the collector market. And by then, most people have already lost them. If you ever find a 1951 wheat penny, do not assume it's worthless. Check carefully. Date clearly visible. No mint mark, Philadelphia issue. Overall condition, no heavy damage. Because even a small difference in condition can mean thousands of dollars difference in value. Imagine this for a moment. A coin that once bought candy in 1951, now sitting in an auction, fighting for attention, and selling for more than a luxury car. That is the power of rare coin collecting. And Coin 2 proves one thing very clearly. Value is not always visible until knowledge reveals it. But now, we are getting closer to the most dangerous part of this video. Because Coin 3 is not just rare. It is the kind of coin that makes even experienced collectors stop talking and start checking their own collections immediately. A coin so powerful that when it appears at auction, the entire room goes silent. And trust me, you are not ready for what comes next. Next up, coin number 3. Estimated market value, $55,100, today's collector market. Now we arrive at the final coin. And I need you to pay extremely close attention. Because coin 3 is not about perfection. It is not about shiny beauty. And it is not about what most people think makes a coin valuable. Instead, this coin proves something shocking about the entire world of coin collecting. Sometimes, imperfections create extreme value. And what you are about to see is the 1957D wheat penny with black spots in rare condition, valued at around $55,100 in today's market. But the real question is, why would a coin with black spots, something many people think is damage, become worth thousands of dollars? Let's uncover the truth. We are now in the year 1957. This is a very important moment in U.S. coin history, because this is one of the final years of the wheat penny series before the Lincoln Memorial design begins in 1959. So already, this coin carries historical importance. Now add the D mint mark, which means it was produced at the Denver Mint. Millions of pennies were made that year. But something very important happened over time. Very few survived in collectible condition. And even fewer developed a very unusual visual feature. Now listen carefully. Most beginners think black spots mean damage, and in many cases they are right. But in the coin world, it is not always that simple. Black spotting on copper coins can come from long-term environmental exposure, natural oxidation of copper over decades, improper storage conditions, chemical reactions in air or humidity. But here's where it becomes interesting. When the coin is still structurally strong, with good detail, and natural toning rather than harsh damage, collectors see something different. Not damage, but authentic age toning. And that changes everything. Now let's break down why this specific 1957D penny stands out. Because rarity here is not just about the year. It's about condition plus visual character. A typical 1957D wheat penny is common. But one with clear date and strong details, distinct black spotting, natural toning pattern, no heavy corrosion or holes, original copper structure still intact, becomes something collectors actively search for. Why? Because no two-toned coins look exactly the same. Each one becomes unique, almost like a fingerprint. Now, here comes the shocking part. Why would anyone pay over $55,000 for a penny with black spots? It comes down to 3 powerful collector forces. In the collector world, naturally toned coins can carry premium value because they are visually unique, historically aged, impossible to duplicate exactly. Collectors often compete for eye appeal coins, and unusual toning increases interest. Most 1957D pennies were circulated heavily, cleaned by owners, which destroys value, stored poorly over decades. So finding one with strong details and natural toning is rare. Very rare. At high-level coin auctions, people don't just buy with logic. They buy with emotion. A unique-looking coin with unusual black toning can trigger competition, bidding wars, fear of losing a rare piece, and that pushes prices far above expectations. Now, listen carefully. Not all black-spotted coins are valuable. Some are damaged by corrosion, and those coins are worth less. So collectors always check. Is the surface stable or flaking? Are details still sharp? Is the toning natural or destructive? Because the difference between valuable toning and damage can mean thousands of dollars. Most people see a coin like this and think, it looks dirty, it must be worthless. But expert collectors see history, uniqueness, survival over decades. And that is why the same coin can be ignored by one person and highly valued by another. Imagine this. A small copper penny minted in 1957, passing through thousands of hands, sitting in jars, drawers, and old collections, slowly changing over time, developing unique black patterns from age and environment. Until one day, it is discovered and suddenly becomes a $55,100 collectible coin. That is the hidden magic of coin collecting. Because sometimes, what looks like damage is actually history writing itself onto metal. And now you've seen all three coins. 3 different stories, 3 different surprises, and 3 different values that prove one thing. Rare coins are not just money. They are hidden history waiting to be found. But here's the real question. How many of these coins are still sitting in people's homes right now, completely unnoticed?